Okay.
All right, and we're back.
Good evening.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Dead Bitches Brunch. With me, as always, is the priestess of all things evil, Leah Pettibone. You know me, I'm just Lindsay B, this crazy girl. It's like, let's start a YouTube show. It'll totally be stress-free. But we're here to kick it with you guys tonight. Thank you, everybody who is tuning in already. We have a hell of a show for you guys. But before we bring on the real reason why you guys are tuning in tonight, because we know it's not us. It's not us. It's these really cool dudes. I don't know if you've heard them, before. Pics or It Didn't Happen. If you guys are here to check out what we have to talk with them about, I want to see some like picture emojis, camera emojis in the chat. Something going on here. So yeah, let us know. You guys are excited about who we have coming on tonight. But before that, I do want to say this is going to be our last episode for this month. We're going to be taking a little 2-week break here. But we are coming back in September with a force because September is the birth month of who, Miss Pettibone?
The one and only Stephen King.
All hail the king. So all of September is going to be all Stephen King. And let me tell you, there is going to be blood. There's going to be trivia. There is going to be contests. There is going to be exclusive giveaways. Lots of shit. Lots of shit. So rest up, relax, take it easy. We're coming back in September here. Adding on to the stream now, I'm bringing on our special correspondent, Miss Moondoggy. Hey, girl. Hey, how are you doing?
Hey.
Hello.
It is good for the evil trinity to be back. We see Hollywood and TJ in there in the chat, putting some camera emojis in there. So, folks, we know you guys aren't here to hang out with us dead bitches. I mean, you are kind of, because we are pretty dope and really dead. But tonight with us, we have the dynamic duel from Pics or It Didn't Happen. So, without further ado, grab a drink, grab a smoke, and here comes the boys. Hey, guys.
Hey.
Oh, shit, we're here.
We're here, yeah. I feel
Did you hear all that? Did you hear all that nice shit they were saying about us?
Wait, I just have to say, Pics or It Didn't Happen.
That is that theme song. That is our homie Noise 13. You should check him out.
Yes.
We got that because he trolled us on our fucking reaction video. So if you ever hear him saying right now is the right time, that's what he's talking about, and he's a dick.
Yeah, we traded him some maple syrup, and some pictures or something for that.
Fuck plum sauce. But anyway.
No, guys. Well, we're super stoked to have you guys on. And if anybody watching tonight doesn't know who these guys already, this is Fatz King and The Yedi from Pics or It Didn't Happen, an amazing podcast for the underground by some boys of the underground. I am a fan of the show. You should definitely check it out. If you are new like myself to trying to figure out all this what's going on with this music and who to listen to and check out some new artists, definitely check out their podcast. It is a must-see. And then they also have some other ventures with 3 Guys and 1 Murder, which I didn't understand what the reference was with your name. Brandon had to explain that. That was a really fun thing to learn. I was a very sheltered child. I was like, that nasty stuff was going on in the internet.
Please tell me you didn't watch the actual video.
No, he tried. He said, go look this up. Go look it up. And I'm like, no,
Don't.
I've been with you long enough, sir. I'm suspicious right now.
Oh, that tickled my fucking soul. That's great.
Yeah. The internet was a terrible place always and forever. So
Yeah, it's never been safe. Like if anybody thought it was, it really has never been. Lemonparty.com. There's another one for you.
Mm-mm. I will definitely pass on that.
Alrighty, guys. Well, starting it off here, your show has a primary focus of underground music artists. So what is it that started your passion for underground music?
I mean, we've lived it. I've been a juggalo and been involved in the underground music scene since I was 15 years old.
yeah.
Like it's a cliche at this point, but we bleed for this. We live for this because we have. And there's been a bad name that's been given out, and we're trying to wash that stain off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. When I first started, I was 15 as well, and I just moved like to a brand new school, a whole new area, and back then, the Juggalos were welcoming, and that was somewhere. When I got to the new school, all the popular kids already had their cliques, and Juggalos brought me in, so it just sort of grew all from there, and that's 15, 16, 17 years later now.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I was in a similar situation, but there were no other lows in my area. I stole some music from my brother to get introduced to it on my own. And the funny thing is he and I grew up 15 minutes down the road from each other, different school districts, but like little redneck towns that like have like, a highways distance between each other.
Yeah.
Right.
So we've always known each other as well. And it's a trip because we linked back up at Attacking Ninjas fucking 2018.
Yeah, 2018 sounds right. It was
in Kokomo, Indiana, and it was he was there working pictures for Scotty D of Fago Lovers, and I was like, I think I know that big ass dude with the camera and the Batman hat.
Oh yeah, back when I still wore the Blunt Man hat. I don't even know where that is right now.
That was such a trademark. You swore you were going to wear that forever.
I thought I was, but I just felt bad because I'm already gigantic, and then I'm way up in the front with my camera, and then I got these pointy bat ears hanging up. I'm like, maybe I'll try to be a little smaller instead of trying to be in the way.
But yeah, we just he and I were talking about back and forth from actually a failed Dungeons and Dragons session is actually what led to our podcast. We were just bullshitting about how much we've always wanted to talk about this shit and what it means to us and how important it is to us. We weren't even going to have guests in the beginning. That's only something that we were able to pull later, from like just being cool ass people, I guess. But
failing at our original plan. So
I mean, failing at our original plan. It was just supposed to be him and me. And like we were saying before we got started, evidently that's just boring. Go listen to our Spotify episodes. I promise you, it's great if you're having fucking some insomnia problems. They're still up there.
Yeah, I left them up. Why not?
But it just like I was saying, it all generates from a love of this. We like the idea of giving artists that didn't have a platform, people who weren't getting talked about a lot. We like the idea of giving them a place to talk about their music. We like the idea of being two really good friends talking about the music we love. And I want to say it grew from there, but I prefer the term spiraled.
I feel like that sometimes.
Yeah, occasionally we all have those episodes on there.
I have to ask, who was your very first interview and who has been your favorite?
Oh shit, who was our first interview?
The first one was that Aura Audio? Were they the first one?
They were one of the first ones. Yeah, our homies, Melody K, Bilo, Dirt. I don't think Bilo makes music anymore, but Melody still does.
Yeah, and really the reason because when we first started, we had no technology. So we had to bring the guests to my little shed and have everybody come in and do it in person. So we had very limited.
I like it Mark Barron style.
We had one microphone, and it wasn't even a good microphone. It was like a ball.
It was a snowball.
It was like a snowball, and we had to like talk into it, and everybody was sat around this shit in stools.
Yeah. That's why we didn't have cameras back then, actually, because it's like, well, we can't do cameras because it looks.
Nobody could see what this shit looks like. Nobody could see what this looks like. That was always the number one general thought was we can't let anyone ever put a camera on us.
Yeah. and at least until we fixed it, and then we figured it out, because turns out YouTube's where it's at.
It really is. Spotify was fun, and it's just cool to say, hey, I got shit on Spotify, but you don't make a damn thing off of that. They make pennies on the dime.
Well, even besides financially, like there was just like 3 people that would actually like sit there and just listen to us ramble. But you asked about like our favorite interviews. Who's yours? I'm just trying to think who.
I mean, so far all together, or like in the beginning.
Or maybe just that's been a recent standout for you guys. Like when you look back on it and you're like, man, that was a good episode.
Even though the quality wasn't as great as I wanted it to be, our interview with Fun Time at Camp Zool 1 was so fucking cool.
Yeah, that was a good one. You know, I really enjoyed talking with Dirk Manning.
Oh yeah. Dirk is always a great conversation. We need to get him back on. I got to reach out to him.
He's just, he's really good to talk to, and he's really smart, and I'd say a wise guy. Offers a lot of good.
You should definitely reach out to him. He loves to do this shit.
That man can talk about anything, like literally anything.
Yep.
Man, you're so smart. How do you know all these things?
And then he tells you why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Going to
You guys.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say you guys do a great job though, like keeping topics captivating. You always got a dope, guest list and everything, and the way that your shows flow and you guys compliment each other, it all works. It's awesome.
Thank you.
If I told you I was winging it the whole time, would you believe me?
I would believe you, because I feel like that's just you, like your personality. You're just able to, not like everything has to be scripted. Like we could probably sit here and talk to you for like 5 fucking hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of like the vibe we kind of wanted to set. Like when we talked about it, I was like, I kind of like think it like the 70s show, man. Like we're just, in Foreman's basement, and we're just hanging out and just talking.
Yeah, you're following us, passing the joint, the blunt, whatever it is we're smoking. We wanted the show to feel like you were sitting on your couch getting high with your friends talking about shit.
I thought that was
that was like our number one goal and vibe for it. Like, because when we said, hey, we're going to do interviews, we didn't want to come off as stuffy or boring. Like, we wanted the conversations to be fun, and I think we're doing that.
Yeah, it took a while to get there, because those first ones were rough. We didn't know what the position was at all.
Well,
we have some that I wish I could scrub from the internet. So
we have the ones we hate the most have been scrubbed from existence. They're not real anymore.
Good luck.
If I could take a minute to bitch about if I, as a content creator, if you go on someone's show with no intention of talking, why in the fuck are you there?
Yeah.
Yes, we had an interview or two where you just ask a question. It was yes,
no.
Wait, what?
Silence.
All right.
It's like in my head, my question when I asked you were going to generate at least a 6-7 minute answer. You gave me no, and then it's silent. I hate the sound of dead air, because I feel like I have to do something to fill it, even if it's just saying and
And I guess that could be partially on us. Maybe we need to be better and like not ask those types of questions that can be answered that way. But we were still pretty new too. But I expect a little more than yes or no when you're in an interview.
Yeah, definitely. I think too, like one thing we found is for us, we're finding a lot of people that never have been interviewed.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to, underground artists, like period, they don't get a lot of exposure outside of what they do for their own self-promoting. And then female artists, even less. So one thing that we've tried to do with our guests, we're like, hey, is this your first time being interviewed? Like, we can let us know a day ahead. We can do a call and just kind of chat, and you feel comfortable. Like, here's the comments. This is where, stuff is. And some people take you up on it. Some people don't, to ever each their own. But that's another reason too. I think that's amazing that we both have these platforms focused on the underground community, because how else are these artists going to get this opportunity or learn like, hey, I need to, maybe be more expressive or maybe say more than yes or no in an interview and stuff. If I want to make it to this kind of next level, I have to have that charisma and that ability to interact with others. So
Absolutely. And it's like this. We're all trying to do something involved in this sphere. I can't rap. I've never been able to fucking to spit a flow, but I can talk shit pretty good, and people like to hear that. So this is me finding my piece of this. This is me contributing to what I love and have always loved. I mean, this goes past being just some music I listen to. We've lived this for so damn long. Again, it's cliche at this point to say those things, but it's the truth.
No.
Well, you can tell when you guys do your thing. It's like you have passion behind it. It's not like something that you're, forcing yourself to do just to be out there.
Mm-hmm.
No, absolutely not. Because this shit would be embarrassing if I didn't want to.
Yeah, I don't. Music that'd be a really, really tough thing to fake. Like, I mean, we're not going to talk about it, but we've seen people try. You get found out real fast.
Well, I once seen somebody say on a message board, do you have to enjoy Psychopathic Records or ICP to be a juggalo? And I had to comment. I was like, why would you want to involve yourself in this lifestyle if you didn't like the soundtrack?
Yeah.
Right.
That seems like a peculiar question. Like, I want to be considered part of this group, but I don't want to fuck with this. It's like, well, this is the main thing. Like, this is the sauce.
It's at least 75%.
Right.
It's like ordering a burger and be like, hold everything. I just want the buns.
Yeah.
It's like, no, come on.
Yeah, that doesn't work.
I feel so bad for like the girlfriends that get dragged into going to like shows and concerts.
Yes.
Totally. 5 years ago, okay, some of us convert.
I have seen this. I have seen the situations. I have been on the other end of, like, I've watched guys I've had friends who've brought the girl to the show and they just stare around like doe eyes and deers. It's like, man, why would you do that to somebody? Why would at least give them a warning?
Yeah.
Or
just
a warning you give,
let your man go or whoever, just let them go do their thing, but don't stand there and look like you're, Wendy from The Shining and you want to fucking kill all of us.
Oh, poor Shelley Duvall.
Did you guys ever see that meme that went around? It was like someone made a baseball card of her like holding the bat, and it was like her professional like and batting for first. And
I did not see that, but that is joyous.
Wonderful.
I was like, oh, this needs to be a real thing.
I feel like dating a juggalo should come with a warning label, though, 100%.
It absolutely should. It should. Vice versa, the other way around. Dudes who think it's just a freaky clown chick, you should understand what you are getting into.
Yes.
Like there's some of those cliches. They're cliche for a reason.
Sir, how much nitrous can you hold?
What are you going to move today?
This will be tested.
How much Faygo can you get showered in before you actually drown?
Yeah. Do the test. This all reminds me of the first date I had with Brandon, and he like just pulled up Twisted music videos and like any like music video from like the underground, Cottonmouth Kings, ICP, like all this stuff. And I'm like, it's like, you're cool with this? And I'm like, yeah, I mean, I've never heard of this shit before, but like it looks cool. And so it's like, okay, like it's just like too many times. He's like, I gotta make sure she's fine with this stuff from the beginning.
I've dated outside the scene. It never works.
No, it rarely does. Now, Yedi, I wanted to ask you, because you are a very talented photographer, and you started in photography first, and then you started the show on here. How was that transition for you, being behind the camera and then now you're in front of the camera running a show?
Oh, I still hate it.
Oh,
It's been interesting because
you're the best.
I like to stay out of the way. I can remember even like at a couple of shows where people are like, "Oh, let me get a picture," and I'm just like, "I don't know what to do. Whatever." So it's a lot of challenges, and there's episodes where you can tell that I'm not comfortable being there, and I just am sort of there in spirit, and that's about it. So,
Those are the episodes where usually he says 3 phrases.
yeah.
I appreciate those. Those are so much fun. It feels like I'm drowning.
No.
Well, I throw the lifesaver just in time,
Yeah.
usually.
You always need that backup person there. I know I couldn't do Dead Bitches Brunch flying solo because there are times where, I mean, we encourage drinking on this show or whatever you like to consume to relax, you know, when you're dead and having brunch. But sometimes I partake a little too much and it's just like the brain is like, it's like white noise in my mind. And I'm just like looking at these other two like, please have a question, please have a question.
Yeah.
There was many a time where we would get a little too high in the old Shedio, and then we'd start the episode, and like both of us would have like no expression whatsoever when the camera came on. Like, what are we supposed to do now?
What's next? Yeah, what do we do?
You're like, what up?
Right.
Yeah.
I just. But it's fun. It's fun. If it wasn't fun, I wouldn't do it.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's no way. I didn't wait. It's too much work to not have fun.
Yeah. No, that's a really
sure.
important point because there was an episode that I remember of Dead Bitches Brunch that we did, and I was just stressed as fuck. And like it was not fun the whole time. And as soon as I got done, that was the first thing Brandon said to me. He's like, "You need to have fun." He's like, if you're not having fun, no one else is having fun. And then you want people to have fun watching the show and, you know, learning things from these guests. And that's like always stuck with me. And it's like the top of all of my notes now going forward. The number one thing, have fun. Intro.
I know. It's funny though, because it's like we're obviously all human and you know, we do this on Sunday evenings. Like, what if you had a fucking shitty day? What if you're just not in the mood? What if you're just like, you know, blah, and then you kind of have to like get into character. And, you know, for me, it's always like, okay, getting ready makes me feel better. And then I can kind of like separate from everything else that's going on and get into character. But, you know, you have to like push everything else aside. And, you know, sometimes it's hard to be a human and then, you know, transform your mood from one thing to another. And, you know, it always turns out to be okay for the most part. It's just sometimes getting there is like, you know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Unfortunately, I haven't had like a disheartening Bengals loss.
Oh God! I love making fun of him during football season because he's a Bengals fan. So it's my glee to watch him suffer.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
A couple years ago, you know, it was real rough, just disappointing, like just defeat, agony, and then I have to go do the show. It's like, it was close. Can't be mad about that. Here we go.
You know what, Yeti? I'm a Lions fan, so I feel
Oh.
that every single Sunday.
Oh my
Every
God!
single season. So trust me, I feel for you.
They're
The constant disappointment.
Every
for sure.
Sunday.
Yeah.
I see a new YouTube show, The Losers Club. No?
I would be president of that. So.
They got you guys pumped up on that Hard Knocks there on HBO. Coaching out there saying some crazy things. Sounds like you guys, if they're correct, you guys are just going to win the Super Bowl this year. So
I haven't watched that yet. I did see it, and I do have HBO Max, so I'm going to check that out. But you know, they say every year it's going to be our season, and every year it's so not our season.
The preseason is Detroit's time. Like, you guys killed in preseason.
Oh, every year. And then regular season hits, and it's just smack flat on our faces. I don't know.
I stopped following sports a long time ago.
Hey, we got our chance last year out of nowhere, so it can happen, I guess.
Right.
Well, it's good to have faith, guys. I've heard that works out for some people occasionally. So
Yeah.
cheers to you and your teams.
Here's the faith. Yeah.
Baseball, yeah.
So a question I wanted to ask you guys is, who is in your heavy music rotation? Like, who is somebody that you're just kind of having a little bit on repeat, you're really vibing with at the time?
I don't know if you can see the hat I'm wearing. I mean, that's just obvious, but like, I listen to the homie Mad Max a lot. I listen to a lot of fams. I know that it's everybody saying this, but I'm huge into Sky Swamp. I saw them live a year and a half ago it was about a year. It was about a year ago at Nasty Bash 5. I saw them for the first time and completely was enamored by them on stage. And then the album Odium, I can't say enough good things. And, fun time.
Yeah.
Nice.
How about for you, Yeti?
So I'd say 90% of what I listen to right now, I've been listening to Post Malone's new album. I've been listening to Doug's new album, Unshadowed. Love that album. And I mean, then it's the Fun Time guys. That's literally about 90% of what I listen to.
Yeah.
Unless it's random stuff that I've liked off my Spotify in the past.
Oh, that's one of my favorite games. Is just hit shuffle on my Spotify and see where I go.
Oh, it's my favorite thing to do when we go to shows too, because
you have the worst taste in music.
There it is.
Well,
he makes me listen to Tom McDonald. That's all I got to say.
No, I'm nice enough to not put that on the Spotify, but he does get like the Good Charlottes and
that's almost as bad.
That is not bad. No.
I'm
you know what, though? I do have to say, though, is there any genre that Post Malone can't sing?
The man's very talented.
Yeah.
I fucking love Post Malone.
Yeah.
I love Posty.
Yeah. No, I think he definitely has a girl crush from all of us. Even the guys, folks, okay? Everyone, it's okay to have a crush on the Post, okay?
I have 2 Posty Pops behind me right now. I love that dude. Actually, funny story about that, here real quick. Yeah. I got this new Posty that's in that back corner there at Walmart the other day, but I didn't realize when I bought it, I handed the guy and he's checking it, ringing it up or whatever, and he looks down at it and he looks at me and he back down at the toy and back at me and back at the toy, and then that's when it dawns on me. I still had the temporary tattoos on my face. I wore them for a thing for work.
You fucking goober.
Yeah, so I felt a little dumb right about then. I had to explain the whole story to the random guy at Walmart why I mean,
you really didn't. The best part of that could have been that you just walked away and left him confused.
Yeah.
That probably would have been a pretty sweet play.
And then the rest of his day, he's just going to be like, "What the fuck was wrong with that guy?"
In the future, Yeti's going to be featured on a documentary about extreme fans of Post Malone. Yeah, there's even people in Walmart painted up as him with buying his toys. It was
maybe he thought you were Post Malone and you had shaved your head,
Yeah, just stopped him for a minute.
Super rough night.
Yeah, real rough.
Could you imagine falling asleep as Post and waking up as me?
That's a fucking downgrade.
What happened, Yeti? Post no more. All right. Well, I've been wanting to queue up this video here. This is a throwback to a band that you have mentioned, Fatz, and this is Sky Swamp Orange. Because once upon a time, children, in a camp far, far away in a cursed, decrepit woods, there was an event called Camp Soul, and the juggernaut of the mosh pit, Fatz King, almost took down our beloved clown, the Bango.
Oh, God, do you have it? Yeah, it's on whenever he wants it.
You broke him.
It's not
I
the
could hear
first.
the ribs cracking.
Yeah.
It's
no,
not. It's not the first mask maker I put down.
No, it's okay because the next day they were still friends, folks. Okay, so the next day they made up. It was all good.
There's a happy ending.
There's a happy ending.
It's all love. I'll pick you back up after I knock you down.
He's just the kid that always broke his toys because he just played with them too hard. He just loved them too much.
But, I mentioned you were talking about one of my playlists. My friend Nasty at a concert last year. Me, SON, and someone else dislocated his shoulder.
Oh.
Just happens. It is what it is. He got spun around, and then I got spun him around, and I spun him into SON, who hit him like a train.
So Fatz comes with a warning label. Do not go near Fatz in the pit.
He does do dangerous things for no reason.
I mean, during FAMS at camp this year, I literally just started spinning through. I punched somebody in the face.
Oh, I have another good one for you. Look at here. I'm seeing the secret footage here. Okay, Yeti wasn't at camp, so I had to pull double duty. Here is Fatz tearing off some poor hooligan's leg. There is a little hooligan walking around there now, legless. You know who that guy is, but
there's an actual picture. I can send it to you, and you can see the whole image. That's somebody on my shoulders during the mosh pit.
It looks like you're
it was just me trying to get pictures frantically.
I was flipping him off because I was tired of him being up there.
Slam him.
Take your legs off.
Finish him.
I can't help that the music takes me places.
Might I suggest for you, my friend, bluegrass?
You know, it's funny. I like bluegrass, but I don't think that I would go over well in their crowd.
No.
Just hope the music will take you someplace else. To a hammock, maybe, or something.
You know, I do have to say, though, in Fatz's defense, he was the first one to offer up a clean shirt to me when I was a Fago Bloody Mass.
I did.
So he did
You
get
were
me a shirt.
You were covered.
Yeah.
So I think everybody understands with Fatz, it's all out of love.
Yeah.
No,
I
it's
hope.
not aggressive moshing. It's just like everybody like size up your opponent, you know, and just know like, am I weighing in or am I not? People, that's all it is.
You know who actually survived the pit though against Fatz was Robin Butts.
Robin Butts is a fucking enforcer. That chick is beastly, dude. I love her. She's so cool. If she's watching this, I fucking love Robin Butts. She's so awesome. And Gublo. Those are two of my favorite people.
No, definitely. Two of the underground's finest for sure. All right, guys, before we move on to our midway segment of the show, one last question I wanted to sneak in on you. Who is an artist right now you feel like is being slept on right now in the underground scene? Like they're just
Keegan Grimm.
Okay.
Beyond a shadow of a doubt, Keegan Grimm should be on more people's playlist. Absolutely.
You know what? I'm gonna say somebody we've already talked about.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it's Sky Swamp Orange.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I know they're starting to get some recognition, but they definitely should be much bigger than they are. Those guys they work hard and like they just have a sound it's put together. They've really dialed it in. It's polished. It's a finished product, and I think they're gonna do some really big things. So I'm looking forward to that.
Oh, definitely. I would say both of those artists too. Like, I mean, they've got it. They put out polished work on there. Like it's definitely you hear them and they're people that you stop to listen to. They're not the band that you go out and that's like, oh, this is my smoke break act. You know, like they grab you and they get your attention on there. So
on the female side as well, HB the Grizzly.
Stay out of my head.
Okay.
Stop it.
Don't make it easy.
Well, I mean, okay, that's fair enough. It was pretty easy because you're right. When, as soon as you described it as it makes you stop, it's not smoke. I was like, oh, an HB2.
Mm-hmm.
Her voice, it'll stop you. Like smoke break. Now we'll get this afterwards. We're gonna watch this one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm captivated.
Mm-hmm. No, those are good. Well, if you guys haven't checked those out, trust me, folks. Like, listen to these guys' recommendations. They know what they're
100%.
talking about.
Yep.
Definitely. Well, we are going to go. We're about at our halfway point here on our show, and we're going to. The guys are going to participate with us on one of our newer segments that we're doing here on Dead Mitch's Brunch. And some of y'all that have been watching us recently, you know it, you love it. It's called The Mask Made Me Do It. And this is where we get to show off a little bit of our collection, some of the stuff that we like. We're a little sneaky here. So,
Will you go get me, Glenn?
Pettibone, do you want to kick it off for us?
Hell yeah. Okay, so actually, I was just thinking about this. This mask that I have right here is the actual epitome of The Mask Made Me Do It. I got this from the Ho Ho Horrible Xmas special that AXE was doing before Christmas. This was one of two of the Halloween masks by the one and only Pretzel Elu Black. This is like a pinkish teal. There was another mask that was like a purplish teal. I was bidding against several people for what seemed like forever to get my hands on one of these, and I ended up with this beautiful masterpiece. I love it so much. I love the fit of the Halloween mask. The boys signed it. This is definitely one of my prized possessions, and I'm just going to go ahead and put it on because I love this mask.
Show and tell, folks. Show and tell.
A Halloween mask. Yeah,
Sweet.
I love it. I love it. The Halloween mask is definitely one of my favorite molds, and I was so happy to get my hands on one of my own. I love the colors, love everything about it.
Mm-hmm. No,
I got one of those, but not that one.
not that one. Do one of you guys have your masks ready that you want to show off to our kind viewers?
I do actually. I do. This was my first mask. This goes way back to you had something from Pretzel. I as well have something from Pretzel. This is back when he was still painting Skinners. This is I gotta move my camera back a little bit better so you can see this.
Yeah.
This is my Skinner. This is painted to resemble the wrestler Kane's mask. This is, again, like I said, my first face. This is my pride and joy. I love it. I wear it on really special occasions. And if I can go ahead and just put it on.
Mm-hmm.
You guys were talking about the pit. If you see this face, get the fuck out of the way. I only wear this when I intend to hurt people. That's just what it is. My favorite thing about this is, besides from the way it looks, is, and I mentioned this on my show today, actually, it is accessible. I can drink through this. I can smoke through this. I can wear it the entire show. I know a lot of people, you see them at the concert, and they just kind of look like this.
Yeah.
Which is cool, I guess, but I buy my faces so I can wear them. That's why I have them.
100%. And I'm not going to take my turn yet, but I am going to show something that has been made. Fatz King from Gravity Bleeds.
That is
the debut.
That is my Kane go.
That is so cool. I love it.
My intention is to have a Kane version of every face that's out there. I'm going to get it. I'll probably eventually have a 2.0. If I can find one that's cheap enough to sell and customize, I'll get a 2.1. It's just a plan. If I can pull it off, it'll be my holy grail to myself.
Yeah.
I don't think a Donna will fit on your head, bro.
I can't do the Donna. It's not. I got too big of a dome.
We'll stretch it. We'll stretch it on there.
Maybe I'll get one for Casey.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Every lady needs a Donna.
That would be so cute for Casey to have a matching Donna.
Aww.
Yeah.
Inverse Kane color.
Yeah.
Shout out to my significant other and my better half. I love you, babe.
Yeah. No.
I love you too, Casey.
We love you, Casey.
Love you, Casey.
They're all declaring their love for you.
Alrighty, here.
Gorilla press us all.
Continue with our show and tell. Yeti, what? Do you have some fun stuff to show us today?
He can't wear his shit because his head's too big.
So I can't wear this, but and I only chose this one because I actually do have the 8 legs too.
Yeah.
But I chose this one because I like the display on this one with
Uh-huh.
his big dumb glasses and his wig that I got for the stand here. These I was in a bidding war with somebody. I can't even remember who it was at this time, but this was when they actually had like 3 of each that they did.
Okay.
Before they did the run that they did after that, where they did like the multiple color variants and things.
Mhm.
Oh, I love it.
These are cloth too.
Yeah, they are. And I try, it'll fit my face, but like it squashes my nose down and it's like way not for my face. So they're just for display now. It did come with some certificates that were signed, of course, in typical Fun Time Guy fashion. They had to include some profanity, which I did not catch until my child was like, that's just a bad word. And I was like, I guess I'm not. So, thanks, guys.
I love the display though. That's really cool.
Yeah, I love that you bought a wig
and sunglasses.
and sunglasses.
I need to get some glue, and I'm trying to figure out how I can take some of the spare hair and actually attach it below his lip line here, so he can have his little hair tuft there for him.
I also told him he needs to put a straw in his nose.
Oh.
Maybe.
That'd be perfect.
Put some powder on it. All right, Mood Doggy, do you have a mask that you want to show off tonight?
Of course. So I have yet to actually, make this debut at a show because Camp 2 was just so hot. But my Moon Doggy face has actually had a facelift. It has some glitter, courtesy of Tom Martino. It has gotten a repaint. I gotta remember everything's backwards. So it's got some glitter, some metallic on my Don Don. After Camp 1, it was really kind of worn out because of the snow, the rain. It was awful.
Fuck that weather.
I know.
Fuck that weather.
Fuck the weather from Camp 1. So I had to send it down to Tom to get kind of touched up on the Don Don. But so he added some glitter, some metallic on my Don Don for me. Made it classic Moon Doggy, I don't know, pretty for me. So I guess this is kind of the debut.
I like it, that shimmer that he added on to the purple on there.
Yeah.
And
he kind of tightened it up for me a little bit because it was getting kind of loose, but I kind of remember everything's backwards. So yeah, it's got glitter and metallic and
it's beautiful.
No, I like it a lot. It's a good upgrade for that face.
He made it like the black kind of darker too, so it's different than like a standard Don Don.
Yeah. It looks like he added a wash over it, so it kind of brought out those details and stuff in it. Which I think I love all the masks with a wash because there is so much detail and intricacy that goes into them. And without a wash, sometimes if you have just a flat paint job on them, you do lose some of that with them.
Right.
For sure.
I love it.
I love the customization that's happening right now. I love how everybody's just creativity is making their face.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is that it's now a one-off.
Yes.
Essentially, it's a one-off.
Not for sale.
No, this will be buried with me or whatever.
It's priceless.
That's the coffin mask.
Yeah.
All right. So I thought I would do a little bit of a departure and talk about a different mask maker that I am a big fan of, and that is Makeup Billy. If you are not familiar with Makeup Billy, she is a female mask maker based out of Canada. She's been featured in Rue Morgue magazine, has this whole focus of, like, I would say it's very Texas Chainsaw style, like the look of what it would really almost look like if you tore somebody's flesh off and you wore it. This is her Bloody Mary mask.
So cool.
and it's just
That's
creepy.
fucking awesome. I love the detail on the eyes.
Yeah, that's brutal. I love it.
Yeah, no, it's just her masks are so sick. And it's actually one that when Brandon first started mask making, he saw her feature in Reward magazine. He was like, I really want one of her masks. I want to study what she does. So I'd actually bought it for him years ago. And then as I became a fan of Makeup Billy myself, he's like, I'm going to give this one back to you. So it's kind of been passed around in our house and stuff. But yeah, one of my faves, and yeah, just dope. I think just sick work.
That's so cool.
And really, if you follow Makeup Billy too, she shares a lot of videos of her works in progress and her process of everything. And it's just very cool and intriguing. She's such a cool chick, and the stuff she does is just so gory and fucking amazing. It's love it.
Check out. She also does have a YouTube as well. Something similar that we do occasionally at Dead Bitches Brunch, which is a horror movie review. So she has her fans suggest movies, and then she picks only films that she's never watched before. And then she'll go back on, and then she gives like a review of the movie recommendations she's had and stuff. So it's pretty cool. Check her out. That's Makeup Billy. We also follow and repost a lot of her stuff as well on the Dead Bitches Brunch page. So if you guys aren't familiar, someone to check out on here. So again, folks, that was our segment here. The mask made me do it. Yeah, a little fun thing we do here at the Dead Bitches Brunch. All right, guys. Another newer iteration of your show that you guys have recently introduced is 3 Guys, 1 Murder. So tell us a little bit, how did this get started for you?
Well, so we've been talking about and been flirting with the idea of branching out into something, I guess you would say, slightly more serious. Like if our show is a variety show and it's just us talking to guests and just winging it and bullshitting, we decided, and this will sound funny when I say this, but I said, fuck it, let's try. Let's actually try and see what we can come up with. And we took a subject that both of us are well versed in, and it takes about a month's worth of work to pull out the research for it. But we were able to convince. We did an interview. He'd mentioned Sky Swamp. We did an interview with Stray and Novels, and I mentioned that we were about to start talking about a certain subject by the name Carl Panzram. If you don't know about Panzram, you could go check out the episode. You could Google it. You could do whatever. The dude is one of the most quotable serial killers I've ever heard. One of my favorites is, "I wish the world had one neck and I had my hands on it." But he was so interested in the subject Novels was that he asked to be featured on it, and we had so much fun doing the research and talking about it that we were like, "Fuck it, let's just do this." We're still in the processing phases. We have another episode done, but we made a decision conscientiously. We want to get a few more done, and we want to have a rollout with a logo and an image and all kinds of that fancy shit before like he said, before we actually drop it. So the Panzram episode was a tease to see if people dug it, and they did. So we're gonna keep going with it. I'll go ahead. I'll give you guys the next one. It's the Green River Killer. It's Gary Ridgway.
Nice.
And I just said I want all the human monies.
I mean, Danhausen the fuck out of it. I want all the human monies too, and this is a better way to get to said human monies. But this is another thing, and this is my intention of this. These men that we're going to talk about, they've been big ups to be the most scary, horrifying, real life monsters. And the funniest part is, most of them got low IQs and limp dicks, and it's fun to laugh at them. I'm just going to put that one out there. I can't wait to talk about BTK and his very, 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 very bad poetry.
Yeah, I love BTK.
You're not going to what I've done.
We're not glorifying these people.
No, not at all. Not what they've done, not at all. But it's the darker side of life, and I'm sorry if you pretend like it's not there. It'll kill you, and the easiest way to get through it is to laugh at it. Plain and simple.
BTK was just so like under the radar
For so long.
for so long. Like nobody knew. I mean,
Yep. That's the thing about these guys is they're so good at pretending to be normal.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's something we're not really sure exactly when we'll be dropping this, but it is definitely a new project that we are completely having a blast with. And I hope you guys will enjoy it as well.
Okay.
I have a question for you.
All right.
So I know that it's 3 guys, 1 murder, but will you at any point be possibly covering any female murderers?
Well, that's the thing. The term it's 3 guys, 1 murderer, but absolutely we'll be discussing female murderers. There's Eileen. Everybody knows about her, but there's a few others that are Russian and Slavic that don't get a lot of attention, and that's another thing we're going to shoot for in the beginning is we're not going to do any of the quote unquote names. Like we're not going to do Dahmer, we're not going to do Bundy, we're not going to do Gacy right out the gate. Like we're going to choose more obscure stories that people don't really know.
Yeah, because you know the big ones, everybody's heard them. You know, everybody's going to take on it.
Oh, don't get me wrong, we'll get there. We'll get there.
Well,
but
that's part 2 is we want to build up our skills a little bit more, so when we go into those big names, like we actually can really nail those. So, and as far as the females go, I know there's not as many because males tend to be more aggressive and kill. So, if you know of any female killers.
Send us the ones.
Okay, I was just gonna say I'm sending you some because there's a couple that I know that I've only heard about like once or twice, and I would love to know more. And if you guys could do the research and then talk about it, and I could learn from you, that would be great.
Absolutely. And this is something else. I was talking to a Novels and Yeti about this. The beauty of the name of the show is 3 guys, 1 murderer. We don't have to talk about a serial killer. We can talk about single instances like Columbine, JFK, fucking the Washington snipers. There are, and this is one I can't wait to do. There's 3 separate stories between the Juggalo scene, the metal scene, and the party kid scene that led to murder. And we actually, I'm not going to say too much, but we actually might have one of the people involved in the Juggalo story. I'm not going to go further than that than I can, but this it's going to be branching off from what we already do.
Okay.
And it's a month. It's going to take a month to do the research. So monthly is the plan for that.
Okay.
Well, I just jotted down a couple names that I'm actually going to send to you, so be expecting some requests.
Absolutely. If you have any names for books and shit that are attached to it too, that'd be fantastic.
Okay.
Sweet.
Yep.
Sweet. Well, segueing from real life horrors and nightmares, we're going kind of a little back to music here. Who are some of your guys' top horrorcore artists right now, since horrorcore is a subgenre of the underground scene?
Specifically horrorcore?
Specifically horrorcore.
Donnie Menace. Pretty much anything coming out of LSP. Cody Manson, Donnie Menace, Darby O'Trill. Insane Poetry is Godfather horrorcore. He is the fucking... It's such a nice dude to boot. And there's a lot of artists that are making a lot of noise right now, and it's very hard to keep up with everything that's happening. And I've been saying that we're kind of involved in this feeling like this underground renaissance. Like everybody is deciding that they're just like, it felt like COVID made everybody decide to step their game up, and there's so many artists that are just absolutely killing it. So it's hard to name everybody, but the ones I named, yeah.
COVID was definitely a creative boom you saw for a lot of artists. I know that I was able to experience that just witnessing with Brandon, and that's when we started Philbrook Studios was during COVID and stuff. So just having that time, that forced time to be with yourself and the need to create and stuff. It was a tough time. I wish it never had happened, obviously, but for what it did for a lot of artists out there was pretty phenomenal. Just what they were able to make and what they were able to tap into during that time.
SON and Diabolic as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
well,
Throwing
yeah.
some more there.
Yeah.
Any standouts or favorites for you, Yeti?
I mean, the Fun Time guys are like they're it. To me, that's the future. I love those dudes. If you're not listening to them, you need to be. That's where it's at. Because I said so. Deal with that. Outside of that, I still, and I don't care what anybody says, I still listen to Twisted, and I like the new sound because
I do too.
so,
Fucking, it's good. If you got a problem with it, move on.
Yep.
No, definitely. Well, guys, we're almost at our hour here. Everybody's been amazing staying strong in the chat and with you watching the show. Thank you, everybody, for supporting us here. Before we wrap things up here, I wanted to ask everybody here, what's one or two songs that you would put on your Halloween playlist?
All right. So I'll start this one off real quick because
Okay.
I want to go with only actually a couple songs. So the first song I put on there is by a band actually called The Mummies,
Okay.
and it's called Pants, and it is hilarious.
It's called
Pants.
Pants. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't have any answer to that.
It's awesome. Everybody should go check that out on whatever your preferred platform is. And then after that, I don't know. I'd probably just like loop the Monster Mash for the rest of the night because I'm a terrible DJ. And
No, you
Yeah.
stole mine.
So good. So good.
Monster Mash is a classic.
Yep.
oh yeah, it's definitely a jam. It's it's a vibe. That's what they say now, right?
Yeah.
I think what you would do, honestly, if we're really talking, if it was you would find the different language versions of the Monster Mash, and you would play that.
Oh, that'd be fun. I would. Yeah.
Until I push the DJ booth over.
Well, I'll just play posts because it's
I
Halloween.
can't. All right. So is it on me then?
Yeah, it's on
Yep.
you, dude.
Halloween by the Misfits, just because that's just one of the greatest fucking songs ever written. Halloween on Military Street by ICP, because again, just one of the greatest songs ever written. Dead Man's Party cover by Low Key.
Okay.
Ooh, yeah.
I think that's all I got.
All right.
Okay.
For me, I would throw out Kung Fu Vampire, Love at First Bite.
Ooh.
Ooh.
It's funky, it's spooky, it's groovy. It's Halloween is just supposed to be fun. And
Yeah.
that's what that is. And my second one I would throw out is Dr. Funkenstein. Shoot, I had the name of the movie that it was from Wormwood, Road of the Dead.
Okay.
I've seen that movie. It's the same vibe as that Kung Fu Vampire one that I had mentioned. It's just like funky. It has the the howling wolves and the Halloween party vibes on there, but just talking about wicked shit the whole time.
Hell yeah.
What about you, Pettibone? What do you got?
Oh man. Okay, so besides from the staples, which is obviously Thriller and the Monster Mash, I will not complete Halloween without listening to those songs 800 times a piece. I'm gonna fucking throw out there Slasher Dave.
Ooh.
Like, if you're not listening to Slasher Dave, what are you doing with your life? Honestly, stop what you're doing right now, after the show, of course, and listen to Slasher Dave. Like, it is just such fucking nostalgic trick-or-treat music. This is the music that you should have blaring from your fucking windows as trick-or-treaters approach your house. He's got so many hits. He's got a great song with AXE, When Tombs Creak Open. And let's not forget the Halloween Mask single that AXE gracefully gifted us with last October. That is a #1 Halloween song. In our house, the kids sing it every day because, every day is Halloween around here. But yeah,
Awesome.
AXE's got a couple great Halloween hits. Basically, the whole Mausoleum CD is a Halloween banger for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could go on. Oh, Dean, let's not forget Dean. All of his music is, nostalgic, Halloween. I want to mention Fright Night, great fucking song. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
Moondoggy, any recommendations for our viewers that you might have?
Well, good Lord. Okay, so I was gonna say Mausoleum, the whole album, and like you guys left me with nothing. So Dean has his Frankenstein album, so let's go with that.
That's fucking fire.
Damn it. I literally had all these.
There's a Die on Sam Hain that's Twisted and AXE and who?
That's
Right?
Yeah, that's a good one.
I got some right.
I'm mad now because I had to go last.
I'd also like to throw out Mad Max Dead Leaves.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And I know there's a bunch of stuff coming out, this October as well.
Yeah.
That we have to look forward to. We've got that new AXE album.
Mm-hmm.
That's coming out, so we got to look forward to that. And
shut up and take my money.
I know, right? Dean's got stuff coming out, and I think did I hear Sky Swamp's got stuff coming out in October too?
Not quite sure about that. I think Stray said he was releasing something. I'm not sure if it's the whole band or not.
Okay.
I think Stray does. Yeah, I mean it's fall's coming, guys. If you're not like already saving money, how have you not been in the scene long? Like you should know that by now.
Halloween's coming. Save your money because shit's coming.
Yep.
This is the time of year that you've been budgeting for.
Yeah.
Don't pay your credit card bills.
Or do pay them so you have more.
Oh, you know what? I want to mention one
show, folks.
One song that TJ and I were talking about earlier when we were discussing this topic is by an artist called Evil Pimp. So if you have not listened to Evil Pimp, go listen to the song Scarecrows. It is fucking fire. It's horrorcore. It's magical. It's beautiful, gory, and disgusting. Listen
I'm
to
interested.
it. Okay.
Interesting.
We need to make a Spotify playlist.
Yes.
It'd be long as fuck.
Well, actually, how many languages of Monster Mash that Yeti's going to be representing on there?
Also, somewhere in the middle, just like Maxwell's Silver Hammer, just like right in the middle of all those, just for fun.
I don't know.
We didn't even mention I Put a Spell on You or any of those songs, but literally.
You don't know Maxwell's Silver Hammer? It's like a Beatles hit, man.
Yeah.
He's just talking about hitting a dude upside the head with a silver hammer. So
that's phenomenal.
We've got Noise 13 in the chat. He's going to be at a bunch of shows in October. You guys, if you have the opportunity to be at a show or an event or support an underground artist, fucking go to it.
Do it.
These people, okay? Don't just be about the talk. A big show that is coming up October 1st, Night of the Zooligans. I'm not going to be there, but if I could be there.
Oh, I am depressed. I am so sad.
But if you can be there, be fucking there. It is a stellar lineup. I think the only thing that could make this a perfect show for me would be the addition of Sky Swamp Orange.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty nice.
In the mix.
They definitely, that's in my backyard. I love this venue. It is so much fucking fun.
Yeah, you guys can actually show up because we're going to be doing some stuff. And if you're there, we can get people involved and you can be a part of what we're doing. So show up, support.
You still ain't told me shit.
It's what I already told you about with the camera and the moving.
Yeah, that is just vague enough to be an answer, sir.
Yes, it is.
There is going to be a lot of fun and fancy surprises and great, amazing things going on at Night of the Zooligans. So, Lydia, if we have to K star NAPU, I don't want to get zucked because I know that's
Listen, we got candy.
Don't say that word because
have you guys figured out your costumes at all?
Yes.
I have as well.
Do we have a white van? Lydia, just stand outside with your bag packed.
Yeah, just stand ready. No, if we can make it, obviously we will. As of right now, we don't have plans to be able to make it, but if we can pull it off, of course, we'll be there and we'll be zombified and bloodied. I haven't done a good zombie look in a while, so I'd be stoked to be able to be there. But yeah, if you guys are there, check it out. It's gonna be a fucking dope show. There's also thank you, Aaron, for reminding me. There's gonna be the champagne ceremony put on by SON at
I will also be at that. Hey, if we're talking about shit that's happening at Carl's Tavern, September 23rd and 24th, that is Nasty Bash 6.
Okay.
I will be hosting both nights on stage. So if you want to hear me ramble about dumb shit, come on, check that out.
And, I feel like these episodes are just too short for us to cover and include everything, but SON, dope as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't even mentioned SON. That's just like another, and Cody Manson, just with the show that he brought to Camp Zool. I mean, the horrorcore just behind like the visuals,
yeah.
Being asked to be a part of that is one of the coolest things I've ever fucking done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, both of them are just they're so good, and I'm hoping that SON will be dropping another album for us here soon, because that first album was just
talk to the goon.
I know. Mr. Manager, he said he was watching, but he can't hear anything, so he's gonna have to watch us twice.
Okay. I was gonna say, I saw Luke here in the chat at one point.
He blew my fucking mind when he told me that the idea for what he wanted to do happened on our show. I was like, get the fuck out of here. No, it didn't.
Oh, and you know what? Dean actually just said Creep Show 6, my festival, October 23rd in Tampa. So if you are
in Tampa, go do that.
Yeah.
Pick that up.
And I know She Fest is happening the weekend of Night of the Zooligans as well. So if you don't have anything to do the night before, that's happening.
Team She don't fuck around. There's so much talent over there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think that's in Illinois or Indiana. Dean can post where that's at. I don't know.
Well, guys, we are a little bit over our hour here, but tell folks where they can find you if they're not already following you boys.
You can find us on YouTube at Pics It Didn't Happen. You can find us on Instagram at Pics It Didn't Happen Official, because you have to have the fucking name be different, I guess. It's at Pics It Didn't Happen for the Facebook as well. I'm Fatz King on Facebook. Yeti.
I'm like my name is Paul, dog.
Good identity.
Hey,
And you can find me with that information. You can talk to me, or you can probably just go through somebody's friends list, because I'm probably friends with all your friends. So you can find me that way. All right, cool.
Oh, you guys are awesome. And folks, you guys know where you can find us here at deadbitchesbrunch.com and Dead Bitches Brunch on Instagram and YouTube. Well, guys, thanks so much for kicking it brunch style with us bitches here tonight. I really appreciate you guys being on, and I appreciate when you guys asked us to be on. I was completely floored. I'm like, they want to talk to us about what? About what? What could you possibly want to talk to me about?
I fucking love the idea that the ladies are doing this. It's really cool, because as we said on the show, people want to act like you guys are just decorations, and that's bullshit. You have a valid, viable part of the scene, and it's to act like it isn't is stupid.
Well, thank you guys.
Yes, we appreciate you. The whole underground community appreciates you as well.
Yeah.
I'm speaking for everyone. I don't care.
Oh. Well, we appreciate you guys having us on, and keep doing all this stuff, and everybody out there, whoever you are, create stuff. Do what you want.
Fucking do it. Just do it. Just fucking do it. Nobody can tell you no but you.
And just talk to your friends and talk to people, because then you'll find out that other people are probably thinking about it too, but they were too scared to say something. So
yeah. Your friends may be wondering how those people got YouTube on that tiny TV. We're all thinking the same thing.
If you're starting from that square, it's going to be a long process. You can get
was that 1957? I can't remember.
How does
Alrighty,
this
guys.
here work?
Well,
Give or
ending with our killer video made by the one and only Gravity Bleeds of Philbrick Studios. That is a wrap, guys. Remember, this is our last episode for August, but we will be back in September for All Hail the King. And I'm fucking serious. There's going to be a killer fucking mask giveaway and other prizes during the month of September on Dead Bitches Brunch. So be there or be square.
The Stephen King month. Are you guys going to talk about the gunslinger at all?
Oh, we're going
Possibly.
to talk about it all.
Possibly.
Yep.
All of it.
That's almost like a whole episode in and of itself. If you do that, I would be very interested.
Yeah, we're going to give you guys 2 weeks to study up on Stephen King, watch all of the King movies, and yeah, we have a lot of flavor ready for you guys.
And while you're at it, read all the books.
Read all
Yeah,
the
Read a goddamn book.
Stop sleeping and read all the King books.
Read a
I
damn
think
book.
that's enough time still.
It's not even audible.
Not even audible. Well, guys, thank you everybody for tuning in tonight. Check these guys out at Pics Didn't Happen. Check out their new upcoming episode, whenever that may be. That's going to be dropped. It'll be dropping this year, though, for sure. 3 Guys and 1 Murder, 1 this year. Okay?
Yeah, we'll have. Loosely, we're hoping for October, but I mean that's the scary shit. So why wouldn't we be?
Yeah, no, for sure.
Can't wait.
Alrighty, folks. Well, stay dead. We'll see you guys in September. All hail the King.